Here with just a quick Myria update. All right, we're gonna take a few things off here and take a look at this thing. Okay. Now, what I want to take a look at is some RSIs here. All right, we have obviously a level here of a high that needs to be broken through to go any higher. Looks like it's trying to push up through there. All right, now we do have declining volume down here at the bottom, which you don't want to see. All right, obviously you want to see rising volume here. Usually price action will bring volume in. We're up 7% for the day. Now the daily RSI is bullish. Okay, one thing I do want to show you down here though, you got a little bit of bearish divergence here. You have this high, you have a lower high so far. Okay, now in price action right here, you can see you had this high, then you had a higher high, but lower high on price. All right, so you want to pay attention to stuff like that. It is arcing a little bit. Is it going to curve over? Well, the 12-hour is coming down. The 8-hour is right at the top. It's trying to push up, and the 4-hour just turned up. All right, so some major things to pay attention to here. If this was me, I would be putting a fib up here. I'm watching these levels closely. All right, you're through the 786 and everything. Now if it breaks through that 12.6, that's this previous all-time high on this thing, then you're in business. Okay, then it's obviously gonna set new all-time highs. That is the all-time high, right? Yeah, let me get this off here a second. Yes, it is. Okay, so that's something that definitely pay attention through. It is through all the fib levels on there. Okay, now like I said, it is trying to push up there. Another thing, let me see here. You know, is your trend lines, to keep a trend line on this thing. You know, get a trend line on there and keep track of this thing heading up. You know, any break of your trend line would be a break of trend. You know what I mean? You want to keep an eye on that. It looks like it probably should have been over here, but since we're so late jumping into this trend line, let's see. Well, we'll just simply move it right over here. You know, I would say if that trend line broke, that you have a change of trend, obviously. All right, looks like it's going to give it a shot of breaking up through that 12.6. So definitely keep an eye on that. Like I said, though, we got that 8. You're going to get a correction here sometime. All right, you got the 8 at the top. The 4 is just starting up. Your 12 has flipped bearish. Your regular RSI in the bottom is pointing up. Okay, but we do still have bearish divergence. And you got your daily just turning up, but looking a little weak. You got a little bit of a curve starting here. So I think if it breaks through here, that could give it a push. That could get that daily straightened up. But I do believe at some point this daily probably might not make it the whole way to the top. Simply, unless this 12 turns back up like it did over here, turns back up and starts to get moving here. I mean, we didn't have any real pullback from here yet, so this wave right here, and I would be keeping an eye on that. But like I said, put a trend line on there. That trend line breaks, then this thing is going to be correcting. All right, as long as that trend line holds, I would think everything is going to be all right. But it's going to give it's going to give it a shot to break that 12.6. So definitely keep an eye on that. If it blows right through it, then that daily could straighten out and it could go higher. But I don't think it's going to go the whole way up. Not with this 12. It's a fairly new token. That's what's hard to read too. There's not a lot to go on as far as a chart yet. The more this builds stairs and everything the way up, the more you'll have support and resistance areas. There's not a whole lot through here yet, all right? But it looks like, either this was a wave 4 and this is a wave 5 coming up. You got a few things to look at here too. Trend-based fib. If this was a 1, 2 here, you'd be looking at Obviously, much higher prices up here, around 2 cents. Okay, now if you look at this thing from a wave count look, it looks to me, it looks like a one, two, three, four, and a fifth wave coming in here. All right. My bet is, if I was a bet man, and usually I am, I bet we break the 12.6, set a new high, and then we have the correction. Okay, with this 12 getting as high as it is, the 8 as high as it is, and the daily not looking very strong. I bet we break this 12.6. I'm gonna set an alarm here, and but if we get rejected at it, then it could roll over from here. But I think we still have a fifth wave coming in on this thing. Will we make it the whole way up here? I don't know. That'll depend on volume. Volume brings in strength, and volume is not real impressive right now. So if it breaks through this area, you're going to see volume kick in. So definitely keep an eye on your warning signs, all right? Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you soon.